This is the demo of whatdx prescription printer part 1. So in this demo I will show you how to print a prescription using this prescription printer. So as you can see, there are basically two columns. One is the left column, which is to set the patient profile, and the right column, which is to actually enter the data to print the prescription out. So in the left column, the first we have to set the patient type. Now as you can see, the default patient type is guest patient. For the guest patient, the patient data will not be recorded with any specific patient ID. You can use this guest patient type when you are in a busy clinic and you don't have to record the data for each and every patient. Now for this demo video, I will use a new case. So let's give the new case a name. Let's say the name is Monica, and it's a female patient with 23 years age. Now let's give the patient contact number. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and we apply this to our current patient. So a new patient ID created for Monica with a patient ID 1034. So we have to remember this patient ID 1034. Alright, now we can see this patient with view my patient tab. Now if we open this tab, we can see this Monica with patient ID 1034. This ID is there. Alright, let's go back. And now we have to actually create the prescription. Now for this prescription we can use a previous prescription, but right now we will create a prescription from scratch. So first is the prescription title, but for now we will leave it as it is. Next we have to write down the diagnosis. For this patient, let's type vitiligo. Okay. Now, another important feature I want to talk about here is that on the right side, we have some additional tools. So these are contextual tools to help you with the case. For example, if you are not sure about the diagnosis, then you can use the DD generator to generate a list of differentials. Now the patient information, as you can see, the patient information is already filled up. So if it is not filled up, we could import the patient info with this button. Next, we have to give some additional clinical notes, and there is also a button to record the additional data. Now, let's see how this button works. So here we can record some additional data using the templates, using any previous templates, or creating a new template. So for this patient, let's create a new template. So let's say we are creating a new template for vitiligo patient, in which we want to see the relationship of vitiligo with occupation and the vitiligo site, the location. So we create this template named v new. We save it. Okay, and next we enter this v new, and this template is now there. So for this patient, let's say occupation, this Monica is a housewife, and the location of the vitiligo, let's say over the trunk. All right, so we record the data for Monica, and we can also view the data for this particular template. This is the template of the v new, and you can see this only one patient is uploaded, and after the chart is completed, we can export the whole list as a CSV file. Not only that, if you want your colleagues to enter data in the same templates, you can share this code, and then your colleague can enter this code in this section, enter data with templates by your colleagues, and then when they press the search template button, the same thing will open up. Let me show you a demo. You can copy this, and if you press it here, we knew the same template will come up. Okay, now we can add this information to our prescription in the clinical notes section. This will be automatically added. Now let's close this section. Okay, now this additional clinical notes section, you can see the occupation and location was already there. Next, there are some additional tools that I will just skip. There are photography section, there is one clinical evidence search engine, and let's just go to the individual medicine section. So for this patient we will give mometazone, apply, and let's say we will also give this patient tacrolimus. So the option was already there because it was previously entered. If it was not previously entered, then you have to type it for one time, and then for the next time onwards it will be auto prompted, like you have just seen. Okay, so we can apply it, and this is the actual medication list. If you want to check for the drug interaction, we can use this tool and the mometazone and tacrolimus. Let's check for the drug interaction. This will take some time because it will searching among all the NLM records, and no interaction found in database, so we can move on. So no investigation required in this case, but just for the sake of example, let's give biopsy, and then we create a follow-up date. Let's give it a follow-up date 1 month from now, so 26 October. And now a very important option, if the patient party is having a bad attitude, we can mark it here. So let's say the patient party is having a bad attitude, and let's see what happens. So when we generate the prescription, all these data will be automatically uploaded in the patient portal. But before doing that, we also want to save this prescription for the future. So let's save this prescription, because next time if a similar patient come, we can use this prescription without typing all these things. So let's give it a name like topical vitiligo. Okay, and we create the prescription. All right, let's generate the prescription. For now, we can now generate the prescription, and we can see here the prescription has been generated with everything like the name, age, and the patient ID, the diagnosis, the date, and finally a field for your signature. Now uh, now let's say the patient comes for follow-up. So remember, this patient ID is 1034. Remember this patient ID. Now let's reload this page. All right, so let's reload this page. Now let's say the current patient type is now follow-up, and give the patient ID as 1034. So apply ID to current patient, and it's already set up as Monica, female, and age 50, sorry, age 23 years. Now the patient contact number was also set. Now what we have to do is now we have to apply the same prescription. So we give the prescription which was there, which was topical vitiligo, and when we press topical vitiligo, the data automatically applied. So you can see the vitiligo is already applied, like the occupation, the location. Like, let's remove this clinical notes because it is not required. Let's remove it. And individual medicines, the preview medication list, you can see the same medicine is there, and everything is there. Okay, so we can again just print the prescription. So what I want to show you next is, you can now, let's view the patients. In the view patient section, we can see now the Monica with patient ID 1034, and if we want to see the patient in portal, we can click here, and this is a portal which is public. So anyone who knows the patient ID can see this page, and let's find. So we can see the patient summary here, that with the time and date, note treated for vitiligo with mometazone cream to apply twice daily, blah blah blah, and additionally occupation housewife, location trunk, next follow-up scheduled on this date. And it was also this attitude mark. This patient has been marked as having bad attitude one number of time as we mark this patient with having bad attitude. But remember, if you just load this page from another browser, for example, not from this console, then this attitude mark will not be shown. So this particular page can be viewed by also any member of the patient party, but they cannot see the bad attitude mark. Okay, so that's about the demo. There are many other options, like there is option to save the photographs. There is option to search for